remember sitting in my room with the lights off, crying. I was hoping that I would overdose, but I wasn't going to like intentionally do it. I was just hoping it would happen. Because I didn't want to die. I wanted the pain to end. I was done with the way I was living and how much I had tarnished in my life and what I was thrown away and into the gutter.
I was prescribed these pills by a doctor who I trusted. I did not know that they were that addictive and that they could hurt me. When you take one, it ends up becoming 2, and then 10, and then 100, to where you end up having, like a $300 a day habit very quickly.
When we go out and make an arrest, we're normally looked at as the bad guy. You don't want to go to jail, you don't want to be under arrest. And sometimes in policing, we may not approach people the nicest way. And what we've done in this situation is we've changed the mindset, in my opinion, of a lot of officers that are doing this operation. And the whole aspect of policing is a little different. When you approach that car now and you find someone that has the drugs and they're dirty and it's a positive arrest, you say, "I'm here to help you." And they're not used to hearing that. They're not used to hearing a police officer tell them, "I want to help you. I want this to be your last day of living this life and I'm going to get you help." And their eyes light up.
I've been doing this, like I said, for my entire career, almost 30 years now, and it's always like, the police, they did the arrest and then it was on us to try and get them better. But no, the best counseling was really started upon the arrest. So that was just an amazing thing.
The guy comes up to the window, roll it down, give him my ID, and he looks at me and he goes, "All right, I don't want you to bug out." He's like, "We're here to help." Because normally I'm sure people get really frantic and nervous and thinking they're screwed. But he was actually extremely nice.
I was scared, I was nervous, but at the same time I was relieved because I knew that this was definitely going to be a wake-up call for me to get help. And they made it very clear to me from the very beginning that they were here to help me.
The way that law enforcement handles the arrests is just absolutely so different and so good in that they give them a sense of understanding and compassion. They're perhaps seeing for the first time that people are really interested in helping them.
Just that human touch, being more than just the police officer in uniform, but being caring, it goes a long way.
The feedback that we get from the individuals who have been arrested and have gone through Operation Helping Hand has been extremely positive. So when they encountered that police officer, had no idea that this was going to happen to them that day, nor did they expect that the police would be as positive and compassionate and respectful as they are to them, that was the first step in them even thinking this, although today might be the worst day of my life, maybe it's not the worst day of my life, maybe it's actually the best day.
Since I have gotten involved with Operation Helping Hand, my life has changed tremendously. About 17 months ago when all this happened, I was currently not working. I was in the grips of addiction. I did not know how to get out. I didn't know how to ask for help. It's not that like they were there just to do a job, that they actually were emotionally invested in their job there and the people that they were there to help.
After experiencing the task force from Operation Helping Hand, it shed a new light on I think the potential that law enforcement can play on addiction. Like let's try to work on a solution rather than let's just throw these people in jail so when they get out they just go right. There's no recovery in that. You're sitting in a cell and once you get released, I mean, you're not any different. You just have some clean time. It's not, I mean, if you really want to call that clean time, you've just been forced to not use. So now once it's up to them to not use, or once they're out on their own, most of the time it's not going to work.
I think Operation Helping Hands can help people get clean like no other program can, because there's like an absolute kind of feeling when law is involved, right? There is like, all right, from here it can only get this much worse, right? Like, 'cause this is the worst that it can get from me. The best feeling in a very futile place was when somebody says, I can understand where you're coming from, right? I hear you, I see you. You know, it made me feel a little bit more safe.
I mean, Operation Helping Hands saved my life. It helped save my life, and it helped save my son's life because he has his mom back.
As for law enforcement, as much as I used to, loathe seeing them on the street, I couldn't be more appreciative and thankful, especially to the task force from Operation Helping Hand. I mean, those guys, if they didn't see me that day, they may not be here. I mean, what are the odds?